Hey everyone, today we'll be talking about interest capping rules, non-deductible expenses and losses that can be offsetted that is discussed in the public consultation documents for corporate taxes in the UAE. Most of the restrictions in the deductions are because they want to avoid that companies take advantage of the corporate tax regime and try to excessively take deductions. Before we move ahead, please click on the subscribe button and the bell icon to stay updated on our future weekly business and finance related content, which is incredibly useful for business owners, CEOs, CFOs, entrepreneurs, and those who aspire to be one. Now let's get back to the video. Let's first discuss interest capping rules. Businesses can abuse the corporate tax deductions by financing their business mostly through loans. An easy way where they can do this is by getting a loan from a related company, which is in a jurisdiction where the corporate tax is less than 9%. So the consultation document proposes that the following restrictions should be there. Number 1, interest deductible cannot cross 30% of EBITDA, which is earnings before interest, tax, and depreciation, which essentially means net profit plus interest expenses plus tax expenses plus depreciation expenses. This means that amounts higher than 30% of EBITDA are not going to be allowed as deductible. Number 2, there will be a base minimum deductible that will be allowable even if it is more than 30% of EBITDA. And finally, related party borrowings can be deductible only if there is a valid commercial reason, and the tax rate of the lending party is at least 9%. Although these restrictions are going to be put in place, there will be some considerations for tax group companies. Also, the interest capping rules may not be applicable to the following types of companies: banks, insurance businesses, regulated financial services, other regulated financial entities, and businesses carried out by natural persons. Now let's get into non-deductible expenses. There are 4 other non-deductible expenses that have been listed in the public consultation document. The first one is related to free zone companies. We've already discussed in our older video that payments made to a free zone company that is taxed at 0% are non-deductible, unless the payment is made towards the mainland branch of the free zone company. Another restriction is that businesses can only deduct 50% of expenses incurred to entertain shareholders, customers, suppliers, and other business partners. The obvious reason for this is that there is a personal element related to this. The specifics of what is treated as an entertainment are yet to be known. Additionally, expenses relating to administrative penalties or recoverable VAT are not allowed to be deducted. And finally, any charities or donations that is given to a non-approved charity will also not be allowed to be deducted. Let's now discuss offsetting losses with future tax profits. The intention of the corporate tax regime is to tax a company's income over its life's entirety. Therefore, there are generous tax loss reduction rules. Basically, the law will say that tax losses can be carried forward indefinitely, and that 75% of the taxable income of the year can be deducted with previous tax losses. This requirement does not exist for companies that are listed in the stock exchange. Also, in the following cases, tax losses cannot be carried forward. Number 1, losses before the implementation of corporate tax. 2, losses before becoming a taxpayer of corporate tax. Number 3, losses incurred from activities or assets that generate exempt income. And finally, losses incurred by free zone companies that do not have a permanent establishment in the mainland. From this video, I hope you've got a better idea of interest capping rules, non-deductible expenses, and offsetting future losses as per the corporate tax regime. All these points discussed are as per the public consultation document that have been released by the Ministry of Finance. We've now reached the end of our discussion. If you like the video, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. If you want us to talk about any specific topics, please do let us know in the comments section below. See you in the next one.